If you are pushing 40 and feel the walls of your financial life closing in, this is why you are still standing in the same place while everyone else seems to be moving ahead. You wake up, you grind, you pay the bills, and yet you remain perpetually broke. It feels like a silent, invisible race where you never left the starting line. If you are over 40, the clock is no longer ticking in the background. It is deafening. Before we dive into the wreckage of your current habits, consider this. The reason you feel stuck is likely the very thing you think is keeping you afloat. If you want to understand why your bank account remains a ghost town, leave a comment with the word clarity below, because we're about to dismantle everything you believe to be true about your money. This is happening to most men over 40. You look around and see peers who were once in your position now building momentum, while you are struggling with the same financial habits that plagued you in your 30s. It is a quiet, gnawing anxiety that keeps you up at night, staring at the ceiling, wondering when the breakthrough will finally arrive. You are not lazy, you are not stupid, and you are not necessarily failing because you lack ambition. You are failing because you are playing a game with rules you never actually learned. The tension you feel is the natural result of living in a system designed to keep you exactly where you are, running in place until you simply run out of time. This is the real reason you cannot save money. You believe your problem is a lack of income, but you are being deceived by your own perspective. The real issue is not the amount of money coming into your house, but the invisible leakage of small, unconscious decisions bleeding you dry every single day. You treat your finances like a secondary task, something you will look at when you finally have extra breathing room. But the room will never be empty, and the space will never be cleared unless you decide to stop the hemorrhage. This is the hidden trap, the silent thief that has been stealing your future while you were busy focusing on the wrong metrics. Everything you have been told about money is wrong. You have been fed a diet of conventional wisdom that suggests if you just work harder, the math will eventually favor you. That is a lie. Most men are taught that saving money is about restriction, about cutting coupons, or denying themselves a coffee. True financial habits are not about cutting back, but about changing your relationship with the cost of your own lifestyle. You are stuck because you are trying to solve a structural problem with willpower. And willpower is a finite resource that runs out long before you reach the end of the month. This is where most people get stuck. Yes and no, you focus on the surface level, chasing higher paychecks or looking for the next big investment, hoping it will cover up the underlying rot in your spending behavior. But this is only part of the problem. Even if you doubled your salary tomorrow, you would likely find yourself in the same position within 2 years because your habits have not evolved. You are currently trapped in a cycle of lifestyle inflation that keeps your net worth stagnant. Regardless of how much you earn, you are moving fast, but you're on a treadmill, and the distance you think you're covering is an illusion. This is why you stay broke, and this is costing you years of your life that you will never regain. Every day you spend reacting to financial emergencies rather than dictating the flow of your capital is a day you lose your future freedom. You are trading your most valuable asset, your separate time, for money that disappears before it can ever work for you. Think about the years you have already spent in this cycle. If you continue on this path, you are looking at another decade of the same stress, the same limitations, and the same quiet desperation. The cost is not just currency. The cost is your peace of mind and the legacy you leave behind. Here is how to fix your money, starting today. You must move from a reactive state to a proactive system. First, you need to identify the exact point of failure in your monthly cash flow. Forget the standard advice of budgeting. Start by automating your savings before you even see your paycheck. If you do not see the money, you cannot spend the money. Second, you must audit your subscriptions, your recurring habits, and those small invisible purchases that you justify as minor expenses. When you stack these micro expenses over a year, you will see thousands of dollars that you have effectively thrown away. Third, build a defensive buffer that is strictly for emergencies, so you stop using credits to solve life's inevitable speed bumps. This is not about being cheap. It is about being tactical. This is not about being cheap. It is about being tactical. This is what no one tells you about the psychology of wealth. It's not about how much you can accumulate, but about how little you actually need to be happy. Once you decouple your self-worth from your material consumption, the game changes entirely. Most men over 40 are still trying to signal status to people they do not even like, and that vanity is the most expensive line item in their budget. When you stop trying to project success and start focusing on the reality of your balance sheet, you will find that you have much more power than you realize. It is a quiet, internal shift that nobody else sees, but it's the foundation of everything you will build moving forward. The brutal truth about money is that nobody is coming to save you. There is no magic raise, no secret investment, and no sudden inheritance waiting to pull you out of the hole. You are the only person responsible for your financial trajectory. If you are over 40, the window for massive, effortless growth buds closing. But the window for disciplined, intentional growth is wide open. You have to stop blaming the economy, your employer, or your upbringing. You have to look at the man in the mirror and accept that the current state of your wallet is a direct reflection of your past decisions. The good news is that because you are the cause, you are also the solution. You have the power to change the output at any moment if you are willing to change the input. Taking control of your money is the ultimate act of self-respect. You are not just saving for a rainy day. You are buying your autonomy, your ability to say no, and your freedom to design a life that actually matters to you. The cycle of being broke ends the moment you decide that your future self is more important than your immediate gratification. You have the tools, you have the knowledge, and you now have the clarity. It is time to stop wasting your potential and start building the foundation you should have established years ago. If this resonated with you and you are ready to stop leaving your future to chance, subscribe to the channel and join a community of men who are actively taking command of their financial lives. The race is still on, and you are far from finished. Take control today.